Welcome back, guys, on my YouTube channel. Today I have a special guest, Pol Tarres. I must tell you, Pol is the new Rebel X Sports head engineer after we've been working together on this special bike build, and he really put his design touch, especially on the windshield part. We're doing an extremely good job at cutting it straight. But tell me, Pol, took a bit of time to build this bike together.
Yeah, a little bit. Some weeks working on that, but you know that I really like it, the handmade.
What time is it now?
It's better to don't know it.
It's probably so. Like 2 a.m. 2 a.m. He needs to go tomorrow to Spain. I need to go to Milan, and Giacomo needs to go to Padova. So we probably won't sleep and just go have breakfast. This Pol will be your Romaniacs bike and your Erzberg bike.
Yeah, finally we can building a really nice bike, I think so. Will be the best Tenere of the world, I think. Actually, now is the best one. Yeah.
You probably saw on his Instagram a video of him chasing me on the motocross track, and that was with this bike. Now you see it brand new, but it started like a Frankenstein with all used parts. Actually, I'll put a photo. I have a photo of you doing a wheelie here in shorts. But now, with no further ado, I'll bring you the list of parts that we modified and changed on this bike. And then you'll see Pol doing crazy things with this bike. Okay, now let's get into this special build. And first thing I want to show you is the windshield, because this has been magically configured by Pol. So we've been here 1 hour ago, 1 a.m. working on this. And, you know, a good pizza and gelato gave him the right inspiration. This is the windshield, the one-piece windshield that we use on the official bikes of the official Yamaha team in the rally, like Rally of Tunisia. This is held into place with a special bracket that bolts on the standard structure of the Tenere. Behind it, we have the Rebel X tower with the 4 LED lights. These are 15 watts each. So we usually run just 2 of them, and you know, as low beam, and then the other 2 as high beam. Moving down, we can see this brand new fender. It looks like the YZ fender. It's very similar, but it's not that. It's a special accessory. This will be available. You can see it when you go to configure your bike on the app by Yamaha when you want to order and customize a bike. Behind all this, we have the 48mm factory Kayaba forks. These obviously have rebound, compression, preload adjustments. These are just top of the notch and make a huge difference. It makes it possible for Pol to go to motocross tracks and stay in front of motocross riders. So that says it all. Clearly, Pol has no talent for riding, and it's only because of the suspensions. It's clearly a joke if you didn't understand. Moving down, you can see we have Mitas tires. These are enduro tires. Pol really likes them because they give him the perfect grip on very technical section. This bike being used for Erzberg and Romaniacs, it will be fundamental for him to have a really good grip. Furthermore, moose are installed in here, and also on the rear. So on the rear, we changed the rim size because the OEM rim is 4 inches. We have a 2.5 inches. The hubs are CNC machined, and the spokes are reinforced, 30% bigger. Moving behind the windshield, Giacomo will show you, we changed the electrical wiring of the bike. We made it much simpler, and we installed this ignition switch instead of the key switch. So we press this, the fuel pump starts, and then we have another ignition switch like the motocross bike to turn on the bike. We have an hour meter, and then we have the LED indicators to know oil, fuel, and other important information. To be able to install the 48mm forks, these 48mm forks are specially designed for our official team. So you can't yet find them on the market, and they have a special travel length that was made on our specifications. Then there are the triple clamps made by Rebel X Sports. On these, I contributed to the design. These triple clamps are very sturdy and firm, so they give the perfect rigidity to the front end in order to go on obstacles and have the bike giving you a really sincere sensation and being very precise entering turns. On the triple clamps, then we changed the handlebar. We have a rental handlebar with a special bend that Pol really likes, because he likes to have, for enduro style, a very low bend so that he has more control. We have then a set of really nice race tech handguards, some rental grips, and we changed the front brake pump together with the brake hose. Then Costa Special Parts gave us some really sweet caps, CNC machined with the custom logo and custom color. Same on the front brake pump and also on the rear brake pump. We obviously eliminated turn indicator, switch, and all the rest, and we just put a turn-off switch from the YZ450. One of the details that clearly comes to the eye is all the carbon we have on this bike. The reason for the carbon is first aesthetically, because it makes the bike look really cool. As you saw on the other bike build we did for South America for his Guinness World Record. But other than this bike is going to Erzberg and Romaniacs. Having the lightest Tenere in the world is fundamental. So even small details like the plastics changed to carbon saves some grams, and when you start adding up the things we changed to reduce the weight of this bike, you know, it sums up to several kilos, because we completely removed the ABS, we removed one of the brake calipers on the front. This already took down kilos. Same goes with the entire wiring harness of the bike, has been redesigned completely. Giacomo will show you how we don't have almost any cable under the seat and running through the bike. So every detail counts. Now you see the bike without graphics. We wanted to show it to you like this, but you will then see plenty of photos of the bike with the full decals on. Moving on to the rest of the build, we have the Rebel X Sports radiator hose kit. This will be soon available in red, yellow and blue. This is very important because for hard enduro, if you crash the bike, it's easy to get the rigid hoses coming out of the water pump get damaged, and this can cause your engine to have serious issues and even break. So these are soft, meaning that any crash into a rock won't allocate any damage, and it's I think a very stylish thing to have them in a different color. Then underneath, protecting the engine, is the Outback Motortech bash plate. This is a special bash plate designed for Pol, so he can do whatever crazy idea he has, because every day he has a different crazy idea, and he just sees cement blocks and wants to crash with the bash plate onto them. So he's a really good tester for Outback Motortech. Other than this, we wanted to change the clutch cover and put the CNC machined ones that we have on the race bikes, but the vans didn't get here on time, so we did this custom job in order to have the same rideability, so not having the clutch coming out here and having the plastic going against your leg, so it's moved forward. It does the same job, doesn't look as good as the CNC machine, but we will then put them at a later stage when we will have everything back here. We also changed the foot pegs. We put Costa Special Parts foot pegs. Pol really likes these for enduro, and he likes the fact that they point up and backwards. This gives him a really good position in order to apply pressure on the foot pegs and preload the bike in order to jump over obstacles. The rear brake pump is the YZ Nissin brake pump. It has the Rebel X bracket in order to be fitted. The rear brake hose has been changed. Then Costa Special Parts cap, giving it a nice look. You then see the full Akrapovic. It's a full titanium Akrapovic system. It's missing now the carbon over here because clearly we've already used this bike to ride motocross, and you've probably seen a video on Pol's Instagram where he's chasing me on the motocross track, and it was with this bike but with a completely different Frankenstein setup in order for training. Giacomo will put a photo of the Frankenstein, how it was before coming here and getting a good job done by Pol, because Pol really did a lot of work on this bike. It was cool to work together on a bike build, And I think it's very rare to find such humble riders that, you know, are really willing to put their hands and get them dirty on the bike. Nowadays, everyone, when they reach the pro level, tend, you know, to want to focus only on riding. But Pol, I think, is a totally different rider from anyone you can find in the industry. And I'm happy, you know, we became good friends, and we already have really crazy ideas of even stuff we want to put on the bike. That seriously, stay tuned on his channel, on my channel, because, you know, you'll get excited for certain things. One of the parts you all love is the sexy Selle della Valle seat cover installed on the rally seat. We have the camel so that you can get your ass relaxed on long liaisons, but also have grip when you need, in case of mud, you need to have grip. Carbon on the side, Selle della Valle logo here, Rebel logo on the back. This gives a cool touch, but also in case of rain, it keeps your ass dry. Other than this, from the technical point of view, we also changed the rear shock. We put a Rally Raid tractive rear shock. This is with an increased travel. This has 230 millimeter travel. This was necessary also to compensate the increased travel we have on the front fork. It does a really good job. It has high speeds and low speeds adjustment, very easy to access. And this shock we also used on Pol's bike for his Guinness World Record in Argentina. And if you didn't already watch it, go on Pol's YouTube channel and look at the video Terrible 7, where you will see the bike in action with all the graphics on, and there we were running the same suspension setup as this bike. Under the seat, we changed the OEM battery. We went for a Get lithium battery. This already reduced of 1.5 kilos just changing the battery. It gave much more space for tools, but also we changed the airbox. Here we installed the same airbox we run on the rally bikes with a special foam filter that has a very wide surface, so the bike breathes much more. This, together with the exhauster, required an ECU remapping, so the bike now has a lot more torque, is much more responsive. And to contribute to this, we changed the sprocket ratio. We put a 16 teeth on the front and a 47 on the rear with a 520 chain. Even there, we reduced weight because the 50-20 chain weighs less than the 525, same for the sprockets. And the bike now can climb almost anything. I was almost embarrassed when I took Pol on my trails, where I thought I was, you know, a bit the king, but then I saw him pass me and understood that maybe I should sell my bike. Lastly, in order to take part in races, you need to have a sprocket protector, but the OEM one is a bit bulky, and even there we wanted to reduce weight. I'm really curious to see when we will weigh this bike, but we 3D printed in PETG cover so that it could pass scrutineering and verification, and it also acts as a protector, but it's much smaller than the OEM one and easier to take off in order to clean if mud gets inside. Okay guys, we are at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's probably 3 a.m. Me and Pol need to load his van. Pol is a great rider, but he's very big, but his van isn't that big, so it will take an extra effort to fit everything in his van, meaning we'll then go for breakfast. In future, you'll probably see Pol in other bike builds, because I already offered him a contract to come work here as, as head engineer. No, it was really a pleasure to have him here, ride together and spend time here in Italy. All Italy loves you, and we hope to see you back soon, and best wishes for all your activities, where obviously we will be following and cheering.
You will be there with me, so you will see.
Thanks guys, see you in the next one. Ciao.